Hey everybody, this is Cruella DeVille of WriAckRadio.
And I'm Kazi Kabir of WriAckRadio, and we live at Classic Cuts with Mr. Andre McClanahan. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine. How about you guys?
Doing pretty good.
Pastor?
Yeah, Pastor. Okay, yeah. Pastor McClanahan. Okay. Going to give us a brief description of yourself?
Okay, my name is Pastor Andre McClanahan. I'm the senior pastor of Emmanuel Tabernacle Church of God in Christ, right here in the beautiful Lakeshore city of Muskegon, Michigan. 1885 Getty Street is the address. Born and raised in Muskegon all my life. I'm a graduate of Muskegon High School class of 1988. And just enjoyed this city. Been here all my life.
Okay, that's pretty good. What made you change your life around to become a pastor? What intrigued you or influenced you to become a pastor? Growing up in the greater Muskegon area.
Well, growing up, I was born and raised in the church all my life. And my grandfather, he was a minister at the church I'm now pastoring. And so I had that acknowledgement of God and the influence of spirituality all my life. During that time in my younger years, especially my teenager years, I didn't have a desire to even preach or be anything a part of the church. I wanted to go to the military and later on go to college and, get married, live that happy life. But in 89, as a lot of people know, that was a big crack epidemic that happened in Muskegon. It was like overnight that it happened. And I kind of found myself getting involved in that crack game around 89. One of the first groups that was out there selling drugs. I kind of was a part of that group. My life during that time, it kind of took a change. My attitude, my mentality, and everything that I was brought up in, my life was not a reflection of that. I got shot 2 times, swallowed. A lot of people remember the Muskegon Heights game, the last game that was played at the L.C. Walker Arena. That game, the person that got shot at that game was the reason why Muskegon Heights couldn't play for a long time. Well, I was that guy that got shot down there that year. The following year, right after that, trying to do something I wasn't supposed to do, and I swallowed some crack cocaine, trying to hide it from the police, and ended up going into convulsions, ran to the hospital, and when I got to the hospital, I literally died in the operating room before they even put me on the table. And when they woke me up, when I came back to, the doctor shook his head and told me, "Man, you're lucky. We lost you for 5 minutes." Told my mother that because of the lack of oxygen to my brain, more than likely I was going to end up in a mental institution. But, God blessed me, and that didn't happen. But shortly after that, I decided that the life that I was living, didn't want to live that life no more. So I changed my life, gave my life completely to God. And over the years, when you go somewhere and you have an experience about something, you want to go tell everybody about this experience that you had. Well, that's where the desire to minister came from, because something tragic happened to my life, but God rescued me and saved me. And I said, you know what? I need to tell everybody about this. And so that's when that desire to preach and proclaim the gospel to people, that's where that came from, that desire to want to see other people change just like I changed. And so I felt the call of God, and I felt the leading of God to minister, and so I jumped head on into it. And the pastorship came a little bit later. Again, that was nothing I had expected. The pastor that was at the church, he passed, and the members decided that we need another pastor. Our bishop came down, and unanimously the membership decided to choose me to be the pastor of, a church that I grew up in. So some of the people that I'm pastoring, I kind of grew up with their children. They kind of watched me grow up. Matter of fact, my mother, I pastored my own mother.
Okay, that's cool. How long have you been?
Wait a minute, how is that?
That's fun. It's exciting. She's old school, so she understands what leadership is all about. and she respects me as the leader and as the pastor, and she yet loves me as a son.
Okay.
And I have to give her that same respect. There's a time when I have to be a pastor to her, and there's a time when I have to be a son.
Yeah.
How long have you been pastoring?
Well, I've been pastoring. It'll be 4 years in December.
December, okay.
Yeah, so I'm kind of a newbie to this pastoral experience.
Now, are you affiliated with the Muskegon Public Schools at all? Or?
No, I'm not. A lot of people get me mixed up with my brother, Mr. Mac, or Sean McClanahan.
Okay.
They get me mixed up
Alrighty.
with him. Yeah, that's my brother. Yeah.
And I went to school with Javon.
Okay, yeah.
They went to school with Javon.
And hold on.
And what message would you like to send to the youth of today?
Message that I want to send to the youth today, and it's an overall message that we find in the African American community, is really get your life together. So much violence, and when you look around the African American community, or just the black community in general, in the United States, you can go to the Netherlands, you can go to the UK, you can go to Sweden, wherever there's a pocket of black people at, we suffer the same problems, whether it's economic, whether it's social, education, family, it don't matter, wherever we're at, which lets me know there's a genocide on us. There's a strategic plan that really wipe us out. And most people, I wouldn't say this on most medias, but I'm saying on this, we're being genocide. Yeah, we are. And so we have to be smarter than the trap that's trying to catch us.
That's true.
So that means we got to change our lives and have a different view on life as it relates to our future. Everybody that was born, you were born with a purpose in mind. There's something that God specifically designed you to do and designed you to be. And you have to recognize that purpose. When you got something, you got this cell phone right here. You wouldn't let that baby hold that cell phone for a little, only maybe for a little while. Why? Because he don't understand the value of it. He's subject to bang it on the ground, put it in his mouth, because he doesn't understand the value of it. So he'll abuse it, not because he doesn't understand the value of it. And sometimes that's what a lot of our young people are doing with their life. They don't understand the value of their lives, so they're abusing their lives. So I would say seek God, have an internal examination of yourself, the gifts, the talents, the skills that God has blessed you with, and find out what are you supposed to be doing with those skills. Listen, if you can add up an ounce of dope, cut it, bag it up, and get out there and sell, that lets me know that you're good at you're good at numbers. And you can be running a Fortune 500 company rather than being out there on the street corners. And so find out what your purpose is in life. Educate yourself. A black man in this world not going to get too far without some type of education. Now, I'm not saying that you have to get a degree, because you still need skilled labor. We still need plumbers. We still need electricians.
Skilled trades.
We need those type of things.
Doctors,
because everything. When you got that certificate on the wall, it's not a guarantee, but it puts you ahead of those that don't.
And it goes
and whatever they're doing, we've got to do 10 times than what everybody else is doing. Then I would also tell them, examine the people that you around. I got a message that I'm gonna be doing coming up in the near future. It's called Under Construction. And one of the things about being under construction, a person that's getting ready to build something have to see it before they see it. You have to see what that building is going to look like before the building is even done. What motivates you is not the brick and mortar, not piles of cement laying around, piles of pipe laying around, piles of drywall laying around. That doesn't motivate you. What motivates you is that picture that you got on the wall of what that building is going to look like when all the work is finished. And you got to ask yourself, what am I looking like in my future? Am I looking like a person that with a jumpsuit on, with a number on my back? Am I looking like a person that's laying up in a coffin in the front of the church? Or am I seeing myself successful? And if I see myself successful, then what do I need to do now in order to get to what I see? So that would be my message to you.
It's a great message. I like that message. It's a really great message.
And how can people get in contact with you?
They can get in contact with me at dremac1970@gmail.com. My phone number is 231-788-8942. And the address of our church is 1885 Getty Street in the city of Muskegon, Michigan.
Final thoughts?
When the services, like when y'all have.
We have our service. Our Sunday morning service is at 11 o'clock a.m. Our Sunday school, which we trying to do something very special for our children, games. We have light snacks, and that starts at 10 o'clock a.m. Then we go right into our 11:45 Sunday morning worship service. On Friday night, we have what we call Pentecostal night. You don't know what's going to happen on that night. We just come in, we praise God, we go at it. We believe that if the world can have a good time with the devil, then we ought to have a good time with God.
Right.
Church cannot be boring. It cannot be redundant. It cannot be a place where, people drag in and don't want to be there. We have to create an excitement for people who want to be there. And so on Friday nights, that's kind of what we do. Come expecting anything. Then on Tuesday night, we just have our sit-down Bible study. It's an open Bible study where we kind of communicate with each other on certain scriptures and on certain subjects. And then one more thing, every other second Sunday, matter of fact, this second Sunday coming up, we're going to have a friends and family day. We're going to be doing this every other second Sunday, and we're going to have light snacks. We're going to serve food after.
Well, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure speaking with you today.
And thank you all for having me, being a part of your broadcast.
I appreciate you doing this, and I'm Kaiser Kabir. I can be reached at Kaiser Kabir on Facebook. My email is abstractpoet7@gmail.com. My Twitter is abstractpoet124. Instagram is K_Mac231. Like, comment, share, but get familiar. This is WriAckRadio.
And this is Cruella DeVille. You can reach me as that name on Facebook as well as on Instagram at Team Cruella. Email address is at teamcruella@gmail.com. And you can also go and subscribe to us on YouTube. WriAckRadio, all one word. Like us, love us, share us, but please get familiar. Thanks so much, you guys. It's been a pleasure.
WriAck.